Welcome everybody to this new show. Yes, welcome everybody to this new show.
Go ahead.
I'm Antonio Restrepo. I mean, as if you need an introduction to me. I of course am the global scholar on all things coffee, and I've earned that through many hard years of developing the field, of giving talks, of preparing. I pour drinks in front of large crowds so they see how to do it, to see how dark it should be, to smell the beans that I've grown, that I've roasted, and that I've ground. And you might know some of my other works, my academic books, Turn and Coffee, That Thing You Brew, and also some of my coffee fiction, a new genre I'm trying to really impart to the masses. The Count of Macchiato, The Brothers Caramel Mocha. They're very big hits, especially if you go to the coffee aisle in the store. And so I've been asked to impart some of my wisdom by the other man you see here. Go ahead, and I'm sure they've all seen you on the news. They've seen you, the YouTube, the leaks from some of the places you own, and it doesn't look great. So give our audience a reintroduction.
Yes. I do appreciate the introduction. As you may or may not know, I am Annibal Zanagoretti, the founder of Tea Unlimited Express. And of course, this is one of the better companies when it comes to, getting your tea imported from, let's say, Ceylon, modern day Sri Lanka, of course. You're going to want a quality product. And, you may have seen video leaks and you may not know who I am, but I am here to not only introduce a world of tea, a world of imagination, of what this potential drink could do to the world. It has been called the next coffee tea, but
Hold on.
It just needs to catch on. And I'm here today to talk to you about this magical world and my process in bringing it to everyday life in many people's countries.
My understanding is I'm here to talk coffee. That's my expertise. Tea is had its day in history, and that day has gone. The same way there may be scientists trying to bring back the woolly mammoth, but we all know it's a fool's errand.
I thought this was a tea show. It's not a tea show. Oh.
It's your show. You're paying for it out of your huge, filthy, rich conglomerate pockets.
No, I mean, to be honest, I thought this was a show about tea, and now I don't know where to go. I suppose I don't know who you are too well, so I do appreciate the introduction.
Oh, yes.
I have to say, I am loving the background,
horns,
Beautiful, beautiful.
Glad you like it.
Let's restart this whole process. Let me just say, you are, from what I understand, a coffee expert here to understand my world of tea.
No, that's not what you hired me for. I mean,
that was our vision. That was our grand plan.
Well, that was not communicated to me.
What did you understand the contract to mean?
What the contract said was every week I would introduce your viewers to a coffee, and I stipulated it doesn't have to be a coffee from one of your plantations that you own, one of these places where there's allegations of all kinds of disgusting stuff of, like zombie type things. It's just horrible.
I don't know what you read on the internet, my friend. It's very
It's these mainstream media. I know you're not a fan. I know you've bought so many newspapers in all of these countries and just shut them down. And I'm not here to judge really. It's just this is your reputation. It precedes you. And what I was told was I'd introduce them to coffee. You as a neophyte here, even though you pay for a lot of it, would learn a little bit about coffee, and maybe it would increase the products that you're selling worldwide.
So I suppose you could say I am learning more about coffee every day. I am from Italy, my place of origin. With the last name Zanagoretti, people practically say, hey, you meatball, get back to Italy. A lot of garlic bread jokes and so on. It's not funny at all.
Oh, actually. Well, a lot of Godfather jokes.
The pain of my existence.
Okay, sorry.
These jokes.
Such
Yes.
spot.
So my country is Italy, but you know, Italy known for coffee, not tea. And people
Exactly.
say, Hannibal, you surely not have had espresso before, you know, cappuccino. These are Italian words.
Yeah.
I say, yeah, I love coffee, but I prefer tea. So I
That's-
do know one, maybe two things about coffee, but I drink in very European way, in tiny cups, in the little saucers, and the sippy sip, and you know, it's a little treat,
that's
maybe
beautiful,
a
but-
little, you know, it paints a picture of, you know, the beautiful
decadence.
espresso machines of decadence. Yes, the Art Nouveau, you know, grand style espresso machines. Pumping a tiny little cup of coffee. You know? Imagine this cup, but perhaps, you know, in this size.
How many?
About that.
How many?
To be honest.
How many plantations do you own that produce coffee? For a man who doesn't seem to know a whole lot, care a whole lot about it, you're the leading coffee plantation owner on the planet these days.
Sure. Well, we laugh, but I now would like to give some respect to a sensitive topic. You know, we laugh, but I don't appreciate the term plantation. You know, it's not in my vocabulary.
That is the name.
It is not what we call them. You know, we recently joined the Google Paris Agreement. Where essentially they got rid of the term, you know, they got rid of the programming terms, master and slave, which was not a good thing to start, to be sure. But they got rid of these terms in a sort of, how you say, cultural awareness sense. You know,
you had to print a lot of new business cards.
We printed thousands. We changed a lot of signs. You know, we had at one point 1,200 signs in my backyard. We were spray painting.
You're spray painting.
Ridiculous.
You didn't hire a company for it. You just spray painted it.
No, I'm making a joke, of course. You don't.
Well, this wasn't clear, but anyway, okay. So how many? What do you call them, Evan? If not plantation, what's the term you do like? What's the term Google likes?
So that's a good question.
Yeah.
Oh, later. Yeah, so this is a perfect question for
busy.
For
you got something else going on? Because I thought we had a show.
No, I was just reassuring my assistant of something. You know, he's, oh, can I get you a coffee? I say, you know, I have for the show.
You have a coffee. Good. Okay. Yeah.
I have a coffee. Compliments of my assistant, Mario Andretti. Much appreciated.
Thanks, Mario.
Look at this, a coffee, cold brew. Have you heard?
I've heard of cold brew.
As a coffee snob, I would expect this right up your bowling alley.
Well, it's not. What I would say is coffee was designed. It was invented. And the reason why we have an Enlightenment tradition of coffee is because it was always hot. It was always meant to be hot, and you can have your variant of it the same way some people essentially have. You know, a chocolate malt that they put in an espresso shot, and they call it coffee, and that's fine for those of you who don't want to be cultured. Not everyone needs that, right? Some people like to watch the new Mortal Kombat movie instead of the Criterion Channel, and that's fine. But what a true coffee man drinks is going to be hot, and it's going to come from some kind of pour over device like this. This is a Chemex, and so
how fancy.
It is fancy. So I actually, you know, you were several hours late to record this today. So I didn't want to take a sip before you actually got on because I thought it would have the greatest impact if I drink it right on the air. So what that's meant is every 15 minutes or so, I've made a new pour. I've poured more water over. I ground the beans again, and you know, I wait another 20 minutes or so. Then I pour it out.
You re-grind the beans?
I new beans, and I put them in. But
thank goodness.
But then I dump it out because it was getting cold, and if it's not going to be hot on the show, there's no point in drinking it. Just like
so, you're constantly reheating the coffee.
I'm reheating it. Well, it is normal. It's fairly normal. I mean, about the third pour is going to be the best pour. So you really just need to warm up the Chemex a few times. So it's customary. It's aromatic. But here we go. This is from I guess I'll show the company here. This is from Dapper and Wise. I thought we'd go with something appropriate, something that really captures how I feel, how I look. It's the Highbrow Blend from Dapper and Wise, which is out out of Oregon, Hillsboro, Oregon, which is in America. I don't know if there's an Oregon in Italy, but it's not. If there is, it's not this one.
There is a small town, small fishing, well, no, not fishing, a small cattle grazing city, I believe, called Organio in Tuscany. It's beautiful. In the fall, you'll see many trees, a reddish color. It's beautiful. Anyways, your coffee is from Oregon.
Yes.
Presumably not grown in Oregon. There's no coffee trade to speak of.
So it's a good question. And in fact, it does not say
where are the beans sourced.
You would think that they're probably from, well, I haven't tasted it, but I'm going to guess probably the Southern Hemisphere. Either
probably a tropical, establishment. A coffee growing organization probably produced this and shipped it to Oregon.
Could be, yeah. Well, so
coincidentally, this is what our company does as well. You know, we have coffee growing organizations all over the world through these beautiful mountainous regions.
Yeah.
You know, we also grow the tea side by side.
Don't worry about the tea. I don't care about the tea. We're not here to talk about tea.
Well, that is the main, that is my main industry. That's sort of the main artery, the aorta, aortic artery. And then you have the offshoot, which would soon hopefully be the coffee. You know, I'll have a coffee industry offshoot.
Yeah. Like a second aorta is currently.
Well, no, not a second. Perhaps a more, maybe like a ventricular aorta, or perhaps a smaller sort of a capillary passage. Yes. So, anyways, we're hoping to sort of branch out industries soon. To grow coffee as well. And we have this transportation infrastructure, and you seem bored, my friend.
I'd like to take a sip of my coffee. It's been several hours.
Feel free.
Can I walk you through it? Okay, so here we go.
Cheers, and give me your initial impressions.
Hold on. No, you're doing it wrong. Stop. Okay. You ever drink a nice red wine?
This is tea, by the way.
Of course it is. No, but you ever drink a red wine? You know how you, okay. So imagine the sommelier. What is that? What do you have there? No. This is a coffee show. Put that down. Your palate needs to be ready for this. It needs to be cleansed.
I was rinsing it.
You don't rinse with what is that? Sparkling water?
It's the hibiscus flavor.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no. Put that. What do you? Now it's gonna taste like hibiscus. Okay. Anyway.
Calm down. It's so simple. Yeah, Mario, get over refill, please.
No, so Mario, go away for a second. All right. I need we're not drinking it yet.
It was water. Okay.
You got water? Okay. Pour the water out. Pour it right onto the ground. That's your mouth. That's not the ground.
Okay, fine.
You drank it all. Okay. All right.
Sure. Why not? Okay.
Okay. Pour your coffee into the mug.
Oops.
Over here. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, this is cold brew, so it will be pure.
I'm just going to show you how to do
finer.
Okay. So like a sommelier.
So really quickly. I don't mean to, and I do apologize. Just ice it for 1 quick second. This is a cold brew, so it will be pure. Yeah, the taste will be less affected by the heat. I know you're a traditionalist and you prefer the heat. It brings out the best components of flavor, probably you would say. But the cold brew, it does not tamper with the natural antioxidant activity in the coffee. It does not impugn the taste. It makes it quite palatable, less acidic. The effects are it's fine. It's a bullet list of effects, a novena of constant effects. Goodness, there's so many great things about cold brew.
Let's put ice on the novena of effects for a second. Let's just take a sip. So
please continue.
Like a sommelier pouring your wine, when you get the wine, you pick it up, you put your nose into it first, not touching the liquid, but do this for me, right?
So you just give it the notes.
Take a big whiff. What do you smell? Give me some notes. Because if it hasn't impacted the flavor at all, you'll get some notes. Your palate. Don't take a sip. Did you just take a sip?
No.
Just watch you take a sip. What was that? No.
I was only pantomiming. Calm down. All right. Well, essentially, the smell is of an ashtray combined with a crematorium ashes.
Oh my God.
It's not
What
good.
coffee is this?
Colombian.
Okay, well, that's something went wrong there. I don't know.
It's not
what exactly.
maybe that's high quality. I don't know. I'm not drinking whatever.
No, it shouldn't
what
smell
was
like
the name of your coffee, anyways?
It shouldn't smell like a crematorium. Oh my God.
It was part of our dark sense of humor, as Italians.
Okay. Yeah, Italians. I don't know.
Sort of,
mine's the Highbrow Blend from Dapper and Wise, and so
Dapper and Wise.
Yeah,
this is
not a joke. No,
undoubtedly a millennial company, I would assume.
What's right? How old are you? You look
So,
pretty young over there, even though you may have
not,
all the plantations, but you're a millennial too, I bet.
I am older than you would expect.
Okay,
I just aged like this delicious coffee.
Okay, your crematorium coffee aside, this Dapper and Wine, I'm getting hints of chocolate, hints of maybe walnut, maybe some kind of fruit, a tangy fruit like a cherry, right? So, okay. So I've got my nose, I've got the aroma, I'm breathing it in, right? So first off, I sit with that aroma for a little bit.
So you huff
like
the coffee.
I'm not sneaking sips in here as I do that. I'm just sticking my nose in there. Yeah, lovely, lovely. All right, and then I can put it down for a second because I've got it in my nose and I'm appreciating it. I'm breathing it in and I'm having a good time. I'm probably getting some caffeine.
Probably having too much of a good time. I might not, no judgment, of course. But
all right, we'll take a sip. Take first sip. All right.
Place.
My first sip.
No wonder your coffee got cold. You were busy anticipating the first sip so much. Of course.
So you let it sit for a little bit on your tongue.
Chicory immediately comes to mind. I would say chicory, maybe some notes of toasted burdock root.
I don't know that one. That root.
You've never tried burdock root. That's good.
It's good. What do you put it in?
Well, no, it's good for you. Good for liver.
You just eat it right off the tree.
Yeah, you boil it and make it into a tea, of course.
You and your tea. Okay, so this is.
So you probably taste, no doubt, oaky taste as well with the cherry.
Yeah, it's a robust flavor, a fairly, I'd say, a cooperative finish. It's not.
Which means what exactly in your cooperative finish?
Cooperative. Well, so if you think about the finish, in other words, the what you might call the aftertaste as a sort of
is this what I might call the aftertaste? What does this mean? It's a highbrow term.
It's a highbrow blend. It's a highbrow term. I'm consistent over here.
I am in a learning state of mind. I would like to, understand the word.
You're like a sneaky little mischievous student over there, sipping and making jokes about something as profound as coffee. The best addiction in the world, the caffeine addiction.
Well, it's meant to be enjoyed, so someone's trying to have a good time.
I will say, as far as good times, I will apologize if I've been a little snappy. I am
been a bit cranky.
Well,
as someone who did hire you to do the show, I would appreciate.
Well, let me apologize first of all.
Energy to be up to here, please.
Well, it would have been if I drank the coffee earlier. I'll tell you that much. It took me about a half hour to get to the sip. Yes. Because of you, but anyway, I'm also I'm on something called.
Well, to be fair, you took probably 22 minutes, give or take, to identify.
I had to build to it.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
And cherry.
Well, I had to get there. All right, you can't rush this and appreciate it. But also, I am on the keto O'Rourke diet, which means no proteins, no carbs. Really, I'm only having these protein pills, and so
it's the Beto O'Rourke diet.
It's the keto O'Rourke diet, I believe.
Keto.
Keto O'Rourke.
Ketogenic.
I think it's keto. I believe it's keto, and I don't want to be offensive by calling it anything else. But about the only thing I really can have is I got these pills, and so there's the protein pill. This one's a ribeye flavored one, and it's really not great, but it's a lot better than the asparagus pill. I'll tell you that much. So pop another one here.
May I ask you a quick question? Have you ever had the asparagus pill for breakfast?
No. Why? Should I have?
No, I would be concerned for your sake because of, you drink too much coffee and you eat an asparagus pill. You might piss out a demon. It might be very bad. So I would like to, for your sake, perhaps avoid this in the future.
All right, well noted. And I'm a little hungry is my point here. If I have a couple too many of these pills, I really do get a lot happier. So I think what I'll do next
Oh,
time is I'll down a handful of these ribeye steak pills, and then we'll get going. And I think we'll have a good time. Let me just have a couple more actually. Pretty hungry.
I heard this is a popular diet among intellectuals. Jordan Peterson, for example, famous
Well, he doesn't do the
professor of,
pills. He just does
well,
the meat,
he
the meat
eats the
itself.
meat, but
Yeah, yeah,
more or less, similar diet, albeit in different forms. Him eating the raw meat, sort of right out of the package with his
yeah,
hands, like a
yeah.
little, like a little woodland critter, and you perhaps eating in a more refined sort of pop a pill,
Highbrow way, you might say. The highbrow
wash it
blend of
down with
pills.
the high and the brow coffee.
Yes.
Yes. So.
Yeah. So no, I'd say he's more of the right wing version of it, and I've got of course, the Keto O'Rourke version is it's the Democratic blend.
It's more socialist leaning.
Yeah. And, I like to virtue signal with my diet as much as I can. Because there's not a whole lot of there's not as much to virtue signal about in life as you'd hope, and so I really try to find as many as I can, just to make it clear to everybody. Because if you're listening to me talk about coffee, I'm sure you really want to know who I would vote for if I lived in Texas, and I just want to make that clear to everybody. I think it's my business, and I like to make sure that people know what's my business.
And as a perfect segue, I would like to say, that's why we would appreciate, more people buying our coffee.
What is your coffee brand?
We use fair trade. So we are constantly, paying our employees above the standard. We are treating them with respect. We are giving them entrepreneurial opportunities to buy their farms back from us. We buy the land from the indigenous people, and then they sort of pay us back. I laugh because this is one of life's ironies. It's not a good look, but at the end of the day, Tom, we are giving these people their own property to farm and to make money forever. This is a perfect opportunity for a lot of people.
Well, on that note, we do have a sponsor, I believe, which is weird because you're bankrolling the whole thing and you're very wealthy. So I'm not quite sure why we need a sponsor, but good for you. You got one. So who's our sponsor for the week?
Oh, I didn't. Mario, who's our sponsor? I didn't get any memo.
I believe it was something along the lines of how green the show is and how I think we're already carbon neutral, which is great. Through collaboration with Brazil, we have a great biofuel operation going down there. So all energy comes from trees in Brazil that get burned. So it's all organic. There's no drilling going on, and it's a really great operation. I'm glad to be able to be part of the climate solution through doing this show. That's part of why I agreed to do it, frankly.
Yes, and I appreciate that you brought this up. This is a perfect jumping off point. My vision for our company is to be carbon neutral as well, within the next 5 years. Very ambitious targets. If you look at Windows, for example, Bill is dragging his feet over there with Microsoft. We'll be carbon neutral by 2085 or whatever.
Bill Gates is getting divorced. I just saw. What do you think of Melinda?
I don't care.
On the market. That's all I'm saying.
She sounds like a real catch. I wish you all the best. Is that why you brought it up?
No, it's for you.
You're hoping I had some connection with Melinda. You could.
I thought you might be interested.
I
thought you next time you go to St. Thomas Island with all the billionaires, you might run into her.
We go to Aruba, by the way.
Yeah. Now, okay. I mean,
no, not now. Forever, since from the beginning.
Sure.
I avoid the Virgin Islands like the plague. Believe me.
Let's hope so.
Yes, I believe everyone does these days. So what I would do is I will introduce the sponsor for the show. The sponsor is Standard Procedure Industrials. So Standard Procedure Industrials, they are a green energy company. They are working with us to meet those energy targets in the next 5 years. So, by 2026, we will all be walking around with, instead of masks because of a pandemic, we will be wearing giant space helmets around our head, probably because of both the pandemic morphing out of proportions and also the horrible pollution we will be experiencing at this point. No doubt.
It'll be like living in a sci-fi movie. But
It'll be living
still on Earth
in Black Mirror within our own lifetimes. How fun will that be?
Yeah, it's something. It's something.
I cannot wait. I mean, you are younger than me, no doubt. So you will be dead later. But
Yeah,
I've had a good life,
yeah.
and
well,
as they say in Italy, buongiorno, piano piano, forte volantano.
I've heard that. Yeah, it's definitely a thing.
It is, yes.
So I'm glad we're part of the solution. I'm glad I'm able to teach you some culture. And we will be back with another review of a coffee next time we're on the show. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and please subscribe. Let us know what else we can do to make the show a little bit better. Like maybe if there's one of the hosts that you think is just not bringing a whole lot to the table, you'd like to have him replaced with someone better. Maybe get him to dress up a little bit, get him to clean his beard a little bit. Maybe some better frames, maybe do his hair instead of wearing a hat. Any of those kinds of just general comments you might post on any show. Let us know in the comments below.
Please do. Please let us know if perhaps we need to iron the collar of our shirts. It's all wrinkled and horribly mangled. Or if our background makes us look like some sort of terrifying demon child clown. We don't discriminate, so we do want to hear from you, our beautiful subscribers. Make sure you click the link up here for any sort of future activity, and then of course down here you will see the like and subscribe buttons. So please do that as well, and you will be updated every time we have a new show. So if you would like to learn more about coffee from our
expert,
our guest expert. What is your name again?
I'd really think of myself as the host here, but Antonio Restrepo.
Antonio Vistretti.
Close. Yeah, they know who I am. You'll see it in the show notes. But
Restrepo.
Yes. Yeah.
Restrepo sounds Dutch, maybe. All right.
Is that a problem for you?
No, not at all.
Oh,
not at all.
Good.
And of course, we appreciate having you on the show, Rossetti. We thank you for your time. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, God.
Sorry. Maybe that caffeine is kicking in. I don't drink coffee.
I'll say this. I'm in a better mood. I got a lot of ribeye pill in my stomach digesting right now. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling giggly.
I'll tell you what. You finish that pot of coffee, and I'll drink at least another sip of this. Okay? This is, say what you like about coffee. It does make you feel good. It's
best
delicious.
addiction in town. Yeah, caffeine.
It's the best of the best. So
how do you say goodbye in Italian?
Well, would you like informal way or more like cool way?
Cool way.
Cool. Ciao. Of course.
What's
ciao,
the fuck? I never had it like that. What's the informal way?
Well, I mean, you want like informal, sort of like great aunt or cousin, or sort of informal, like, okay, so you say arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Perfect, my friend. You would
ciao. Ciao.
Maybe stick to the second. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Ciao.
You fit in perfectly.
Ciao, subscribers.
Well, ciao. Make sure you click all these links. Make sure this one's over here. We will have Mario editing everything. Click over here if you want to see.
Have Mario send me the rough cut, because I want to cut some things out of this.
And also do us a favor. Let us know if you want this to be more of a tea show. We are a tea company. We like to learn about coffee. It's our future, but we prefer tea. It's
we don't.
Passion.
Well,
so
don't let me
next week, subscribers, if you would like, and be sure to click this link right here if you want to do this. Make sure you would like to learn. Click the link to learn about melon oolong tea from Guangzhou. from 2018. A perfect blend. We had it imported yesterday. It is probably the best tea I've ever had in my life. It tastes like a melon straight from the dirt. It's beautiful.
Well, on that note, melons from the dirt or beautiful coffee, whatever it is next week. Ciao, everybody. Subscribe. We'll see you then.
Ciao, ciao. Thanks for the time.